Oh, okay. Welcome to News Stripped Down, where I dig through all the news and weed out all the nonsense so you guys don't have to. 30 minutes or less. Why? Because anything longer than 30 minutes is probably just BS, anyways. So today is March 3rd, 2026. It is minus 9 degrees Celsius. That's 15.8 degrees Fahrenheit for you guys down in the States. And let's start off with some news in Japan and South Korea here. Japan and South Korea are bringing up some concerns here on delayed steel exports from India here, and India is telling them, due to the fact that you guys don't have proper paperwork, you don't want to follow the rules, expect some delays, and this is just to really safeguard their infrastructure at the end of the day and their dealings to verify where the product is going. So, I don't know, China and South Korea, I don't know, just figure out your paperwork. It's easy as that. I know there's going to be a lot of different changes happening here with these trade agreements within countries here, and it's getting down to the fine print. So, yeah. So, Japan and South Korea, you got to read the fine print. And then Carney, I was talking yesterday. Carney was in India, and now he's off to Australia. Don't know if he's going to be heading to. I think he's just going to go to Australia and India, especially what happened this weekend. But Carney did some pretty big trade deals with the president of India. Yeah, $2.6 billion with a Saskatoon-based Cameco for their uranium. So that's pretty big deal right there, getting Saskatchewan uranium out to market in India. And even though with the tensions between Canada and India over the Sikh assassination in BC, kind of seems to like been patched over, but here in Canada they don't see it that way. They kind of see it like a slap in the face that Carney's even making a deal with India right now. Well, you know what? Canada needs to start making deals, and this is what's going to have to be done. If you guys don't like it, too bad. Absolutely too bad. We don't need any more pissers and whiners over something like that when there's billions of dollars on the table here. And that's just one of the big deals. I'll probably talk more tomorrow about some of the other deals that Carney did with India. Hey, James. And then I don't know if I want to get into this topic right now. Yeah, and then over the weekend here, price of fuel went up 5 cents per liter. So here in Canada, we do it per liter, not per gallon. So it went up 5 cents throughout the weekend, and as of this morning, that 5 cents is right back down. And with the oil market, it's gonna be fluctuating for quite a while right now. And if you're intuitive enough to play the stock market and you want to play the up and downs with the oil market, if you're a good investor, you could probably make some pretty half decent cash right now with the market being so up down up down. If you guys pay attention to what's happening in the markets, you can definitely make some serious cash. I'm not tech savvy like that. I tried dabbling in the stock market. It's not my forte, so I don't do it. And apparently over to Saudi Arabia, if you guys don't know, yeah, the big conflict in Iran. But Iran is sitting there attacking not just their foes, but their friends as well. And Saudi Arabia is not too happy about this. Iran has been attacking oil fields across Saudi Arabia and some Saudi Arabian infrastructures. And not only that, Dubai and some other country, Iraq, Afghanistan. I'm just speaking these off the top of my head. There's a whole list. Uh, you can go and just Google it. Countries that are actually affected in this global, and Israel's on there too, and Lebanon. So yeah, it snowballs into a whole nother mess of countries involved here. And yeah, Saudi Arabia not being too happy with all the bombings that are happening through the Gulf oil suppliers right now. And then the Strait of Hormuz is now closed due to the fact that Iran is just going directly after oil tankers and pretty much any ship going through that. And if you guys don't know what the Hormuz is, the it's it's just like a little gateway that comes out of a gulf. So you have this huge open space, and then it kind of gets bottled neck out to this little point, and then you have the ocean after that. So it's really affecting trade routes for oil for the, through there as well. Because if you look, that's Saudi Arabia has a big chunk of land across there, and for them to get oil tankers out through there, not very good. And then with Saudi Arabia announcing this morning that they're going to probably get involved, Germany and France have already announced yesterday that they're going to start considering some defense measures for supporting countries. So we'll see what happens with that. And then France is also sending aircraft carrier to the region for additional support. So yeah, we'll see what happens. And then with Trump's plans on this conflict lasting 4 to 5 weeks, uh, a former U.S. military staff is bringing up concerns that if the U.S. will even have enough defense weapons to even make it that long, uh, due to the fact that the weapons that are being used in Israel to protect with their Golden Dome, Iron Dome, whatever you want to call it, these missiles and these missile systems are also being used in Ukraine. And lately, a lot of foreign countries have been purchasing these such weapons. So for other countries having a defense capability here, I'd be a little worried. I know the U.S. is saying we wouldn't have started this war unless we were sure we could like finish it and have adequate supply. But there is another issue that no one is talking about, and it comes down to computer chips. With now China and Russia really not too impressed with what the US is doing with their dealings with Iran and other things. Where are you going to get the microchips from? Uh, some of the major computer chip manufacturers in the US are already booked up for the next 4 years due to AI technology, with Amazon and Elon Musk purchasing up all the next 4 years worth of these microchips. So for them to build these missiles and stuff, and where are they going to get the microchips? And these microchips, uh, and then China completely blocking the United States from what is this material? Sorry, I lost track. I was trying to just do most of this off of the top of my head, but there's a specific material, and it, it's a necessity to make 5G chips. And so if they can't get a supply of that, then even the United States won't even be able to be manufacturing their chips. Or anyways, hey Haro. And then Amazon Grok at hold on a second. I think I have the name of this material here. Scandium. It's scandium that they can't get exported from China right now. So the United States is going to have to find another foreign supplier for sure. And the way the deals are being made up across the board right now with other countries, making deals with other countries and kind of leaving the US out of this, this supply of this scandium, it's going to be in short supply. Trust me, like what India just did with the 53 African countries, trust me, there's scandium in that deal right there. Do do. Just making sure I didn't miss anything here. Sorry. Microchips, US. Yeah, that U.S. Trust agreement that the U.S. had signed in October with China hasn't gone through, and it's I don't see that actually going through now with what happened this weekend. And then there's some chatter about what's going to be happening with Turkey next, as it shares a border with Iran. And then, you know, Turkey's been kind of holding their own for the last 4 years here, keeping Iran, to the side there, without a whole heck of a lot of conflict and stuff. So I don't know. There's some fears that, Turkey could be the next Iran, but this is just chatter and nonsense. So I don't know. It has absolutely no validity to this story. I think like some of the things that Turkey is doing right now, they're definitely heading to the future of technology and electric vehicles. And I mean like AI and everything too. Uh, and then over to Cuba and Venezuela, as Venezuela oil shipments have doubled while U.S. controlled have been in control of oil fields out there. The Cuban president is now saying that his government should start focusing on implementing urgent transformation to the island due to the fact that to the Caribbean's oil fields are starting to dwindle and trying to find alternative resources to keep the country functioning as a whole. Well, not just as a whole, and then to keep the tourism up as well. So that's pretty important. And then let's go back to this topic I didn't really want to talk about. Sorry. And if you guys weren't here yesterday, I talked about some few international laws that have been broken. A lot of people say this is all BS, but this is written law, and I'm going to read it out as clear as I can, okay? So, Israel broke international law by killing the Ayatollah. The killing of a foreign leader, often referred to as a targeted killing or assassination, is generally prohibited, constituting as a serious breach of state sovereignty and human rights laws. The IHL allows for targeting of combatants during an armed conflict. Uh, permitted killing of a leader outside of a direct or active conflict zone is regarded as unlawful, unjust, judicial. Sorry, is an unlawful, uh, in, injudicial, extrajudicial. Sorry, execution. So right there, world law, right there, says right there, you can't kill a foreign leader. Like, you can go back and look at Gaddafi. They never killed Gaddafi. The people did. Look at the Venezuelan president. They could have just killed him, but they didn't. They captured him. Now they're gonna bring him to court. So it's gonna be interesting what's gonna happen with this, and not I'm directly calling out Israel on this because they're the ones who wanted to do the preemptive strike because they said this was the time to go. We're not going to have another chance. But if you guys know Israel, when was the last time they were so full of shit that their eyes are brown? I would never trust the Mossad as far as I could throw them. They will kill anybody for absolutely no reason. And they are no better than the Iranian regime. Absolutely no better. And I really shouldn't be talking about this on here. I should be doing this for my after show, but that's my thoughts. And it's not very kosher, let's say. Boom, boom. So, end of the news. That's what I have for today. If the news is going to be like this tomorrow, you guys, I'm just going to go through some of the old stuff I was going through and do some more in-depth looking into things that we should be actually talking about right now that are kind of getting kicked underneath the carpet. And no, I'm not bringing up Epstein stuff. I will talk about like people that are getting charged with things in relation to stuff like that, but I won't do any Epstein nonsense. I won't do any school shooting stuff. I won't talk about any of that. So today, March 3rd in history, things that happened today in history. March 3rd, 1857, France and the United Kingdom declared war on China for the Second Opium War. The Second Opium War. Remember that's how like wars were started? It was over the control of opium. And then yeah, and that wasn't that long ago, 1857. Yeah, yeah, China and France really wanted that opium. March 3rd, 1943, Australian and U.S. Air Forces devastated the Japanese Navy convoy in the Battle of Bismarck. March 3rd, 1991, Rodney King riots. Yeah, after the beating of Mr. King by some police officers. That was a big thing. 1991. Yeah, they riots. There was people on their own businesses with armed with high-powered rifles protecting their businesses. If you can go back and watch some of the videos, you'll remember the Koreans in Koreatown during the riots, defending themselves with fully automatic weapons. Some guys with Israeli-made Uzis. Yeah, it's pretty interesting, but horrible, horrible situation. And it's funny is things still happen like this today. Today, in March 3rd, 1931, the Star Spangled Banner became the United States official anthem of the United States. Yeah. And it was based on multiple songs. There's three different songs. It was all blended in together. It wasn't just one song. They used the rhythm from one thing and some of the lyrics from some other songs. And then today's people's birthdays. Alexander Graham Bell, part Canadian. Graham Bell, yeah, part Canadian. Co-founder of AT&T in 1885. He was born in 1847, March 3rd, and he died at 75 with complications to diabetes. Yeah, yeah. Still can't fix that drug or that disease, but everything else we can sit there and have some fix for. Why can't AI figure out diabetes? And Norman Bethune, another Canadian. He was a Canadian physician during the early 1900s, and he was known for his studies and treatment of tuberculosis, also inventing specific machines for people to, live a little bit more comfortably while with tuberculosis. He was born in 1890 and died at 49. And this guy, a very well renowned surgeon, he died from blood poisoning. He cut himself with a little cut on his finger and didn't look after it, and he ended up dying at the age of 49 from blood poisoning. Wow, what a shame. And then Jean Harlow, yeah, she was like the first Farrah Fawcett poster before there was like, she was the first Hollywood bombshell that people would hang up on their walls. Jean Harlow, yeah, and she was born in 1911 and passed at the age of 26. And I'm just trying to remember how she passed. It was something really silly too, almost as bad as blood poisoning, but whatever. And then Jessica Biel, she's 44 today. You probably remember her from 2002 movie, The Rules of Attraction, which is pretty good. Yeah, better than yesterday's news, eh? But I think tomorrow I'm gonna do more of a breakdown of some older stuff that it needs more attention, considering everything's just getting blown up to this conflict in the Middle East right now. So. If you guys like what you see, hit the like button, subscribe. I'm here Monday to Friday, 4 to 4:30 p.m. Central Time. Oh, another little fun fact before I go. Here in Canada, the BC government is going to be removing the time or daylight savings time. So as of this spring, when we spring ahead an hour, it's going to stay like that forever. So they won't have to flip flop their times back. So they'll be the same as Saskatchewan again now. So that's interesting. So yeah, if you guys like the news like this with no drama, but it's kind of hard to not do drama with what's happening in the news right now. Yeah, yeah, I know. I'm gonna try and find something better to talk about tomorrow. But yeah, if you guys like what you hit the like button. I'm here Monday to Friday, 4 to 4:30 Central Time. News stripped down, and yeah, if you guys feel like there's something I'm missing or something that I should be talking about, totally leave a comment, for sure. Or if I missaid something, totally call me out on that. I'm totally down for that. I like when people call me out. Yeah, that daylight savings doesn't make any sense. I don't know. It just messes. It's a way to like control people. And you know what's funny? Your dog doesn't know what daylight savings time is. Your cat doesn't know what daylight savings time is, and they still have to suffer. You know, like that's so funny. But anyways, I'm out of here. I might do live a little bit later. I don't know, but we'll see. Okay, see you guys tomorrow for Wednesday's show. Okay, I'm out of here.